Hey, hi guys, welcome back. All right, Cancerians, I wanted to take a look at what does Cancer not see coming toward them right now. The Hermit and the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. That Hermit is Virgo energy. There could be somebody who has not talked to Cancer in a very long time, either returning because they are following the light toward Cancer, or this is somebody who suddenly disappears and they go off on, some journey of the dark night of the soul. And this does, both of those cards would speak of no communication. Six of Pentacles, but it's like they return. They walk through the gate. Now it's either that or one person exits Cancerian's life that they were like, wow, I didn't think I'd stop talking to that person, and now they're just gone. Oh. And somebody new comes in. Okay, I'm not saying that that Cancer's bed is like a revolving door or anything. I don't mean to say that, but I am going to say we have a pretty clear-cut storyline now. Somebody, possibly a Virgo, could be a Taurus or a Capricorn, they kind of just stop talking to Cancer. They exit. They're not a part of Cancerian's world anymore. And they are almost immediately replaced by somebody else. And it could be that Cancer is going to find themselves in maybe the uncomfortable and even slightly confusing situation of saying, well, I cared about somebody else. They left. Now this new person comes in and I actually care about them too. My feelings could actually be for two people at the same time. The one thing I will say here is one person is in Cancerian's life and the other person is not. Now, I don't know if the person who exited Cancer's life, that Hermit, if they said, hey, Cancer, I'll be back. We have a Four of Wands. Did they say, I want a full, wonderful home relationship. I want to marry you. I want all these things. Then why are they leaving? Where are you going? Why are you walking away and going like radio silent? Justice. Is this somebody who loves Cancer but got themselves into trouble with the law? And they're like, well, I'm going to have to go away for a bit. But when I get back, I want to marry you, Cancer. I want to be, Ten of Pentacles, Cancer. Or is this somebody who's doing something incredibly unfair and saying, I love you, I want to marry you. Okay, but I'm going to disappear because I got to go sort some stuff out for a good long time. The fact that they're leaving and going radio silent, I don't know if they said, I'm going to go off on this career journey though. So Cancer, just know someday I'm going to marry you. I'm coming back, Cancer, but I'm going to go off on this career journey. That would not be fair. Queen of Wands, if they're saying, I want to be able to give you everything, so I got to leave to go and be gone so that I can make a ton of money so that then I can give you the world. I mean, maybe that's what this was. Did Cancer have any say in this? I'm trying to figure out if this is going to be a surprise that somebody says, hey, listen, really love you, babe. Got to leave for a while. Got to go get money. Got to go get stuff and work it all out. And I said, did Cancer have any say in this? It kind of says Cancer did, because it's like, okay, yeah, that's all right. And then we'll have a new beginning later. So maybe while they're off scene, a new person comes in. Is this just a temptation for Cancer? Or, it says Cancer's going to be really shocked to discover that they could have feelings for another person. Tell me about this other person. This is Cancer. See, we have the Emperor and we have the Temperance card again, almost like Cancer goes, I can't believe this, but there are two amazing people, both of whom I could see as being incredible partners. One admittedly said that they have to go off and make their fortune or something. They're going to be gone for work. They're going to be gone for a big chunk of time. But we made these promises to each other, or they said that they wanted to offer me the world, which is why they're leaving in the first place. But now, and I was okay with that, but now there's this other person and I could be very balanced with them, and they're an emperor and they want to offer me something as well. This feels like Cancer is going to have the uncomfortable situation of seeing that there are two amazing individuals and two people that they could see a different timeline of how their life could go. Six of Swords and the Sun. I think Cancer is like, I know I should stay away from this Emperor. This Emperor is a big temptation for Cancer. Big temptation. I think that they could see the life they could have. I think that they really like this person. And that's probably also why they're like, I either have to forget the other person and be full on Team Emperor, or I need to stay the hell away from this Emperor and remember that I made a promise to somebody else or an agreement with somebody else. What can we just ask this question? What does Cancer truly want? Nine of Swords, that's where it could just get really stressful. It's like, I can't think straight because there's so much stress. Nobody wants to be stressed, right? Nine of Pentacles sideways. And it's like, I want to be able to make a good decision for who I am. But right now, I can't tell which good decision there would be. Okay, let me shift over to the universe and say, universe, what is something to consider when Cancer says, well, this person who went off to go do some career stuff. But, we had big plans together for later. What is there to consider? And we have the moon in the reverse. There's something about like in the deep subconscious, there's something that is already pretty clear here. What is it? Queen of Cups. Cancer may really love this person. And they know this, and this person loves Cancer, and Cancer knows this. And there may just be like a really true, like Cancer really does love this individual. Okay, what is there to consider when it comes to the Emperor? Six of Swords in the reverse, which says it wouldn't be easy, but Six of Wands upright. It could be that the reason it would be hard for Cancer to walk away from the Emperor would be because a life with the Emperor could be a life more in the limelight. That Emperor could be wealthy. They could have already made their way through this world. They could be a business owner. They could be somebody really flashy. And it's like, it's harder to think of not being with them because, it would be a life with a huge amount of success. That's what I'd be walking away from. Whereas on the other hand, Cancer would be walking away from somebody that they actually love. See, I don't know that there's love with the Emperor. Not really. It sounds like the Emperor makes him happy, is joyful, is amazing, but I don't know that it looks like Cancer loves the Emperor in this particular story. Now, again, only Cancer gets to decide. Yeah, but we have the Moon and we have the Page of Pentacles. I think look, one side of this equation says Cancer has pretty clear awareness that they love someone. With the Emperor, it's like Cancer is still confused about, do I really love them, or is it somebody that I could just see having a successful union with? That's not the same as being in love. Do we really have that much to talk about? Do I even know who they really are? To me, it kind of seems like the person who may have more money, more established energy, and maybe is really crazy about Cancer, that Emperor. I don't know that it's shared. I don't know that Cancer really loves them at all. From what I can see here, Cancer doesn't. So in that case, one seems a clear path and the other one does not. And if that's where Cancer is getting confused, like, yeah, but, and it's like, okay, but consider what things does Cancer not know about? And it's like, well, I don't really know that they know me, that they care about who I am. So interestingly enough, the person who walked away from Cancer right now, but made promises of like, we're going to have a really great life together, they seem to be the one that Cancer loves and the one that Cancer actually really wants to, stay in a commitment with, even if it's a long distance or something. Whereas the Emperor seems like a pretty big unknown and not somebody that Cancer necessarily feels like they could have love with, but that it's like, man, but we could have a great time together. I don't know. I think that this one is more about like the money, the wealth, the prestige. And I'm not saying Cancer is like, oh, they're just money grubbing. No, no, no. It's more like it's hard to separate out. Do we have that much in common, or is this kind of an exciting energy that this person is paying attention to me? And also, I'm not saying that Cancer is like, well, I'm cheating on this person with the other one. No, no, no. This could merely be, you get the flash sometimes that I'm a solo right now, even though my heart's given to somebody else. But then this other person is making googly eyes at me, and I have this flash of, I can tell the Emperor is making their intentions known. I know that the Emperor is somebody I get along well with. This could be a boss. This could be somebody who Cancer spends time around, and they've kind of made their overtures known, or at least they're in Cancer's world enough to where Cancer goes, okay, there's an undercurrent here, but I either need to stay away from them because I can tell they have an idea about me, but do I really share that? Or is it just that they are a very, like, they exude this, tremendous masculinity and this, look, it can be intoxicating, to have somebody who's very powerful in, like their intentions, and they make you feel really special, and they have like a lot of, like intensity, but their power should not override Cancer's own ability to decide for themselves, who do I really want to be with? And I almost think that Cancer's, like, let me put it in a context like this. If I were telling this story right now, but there was also some really hard heavy metal music playing, like in this space where I'm at right now, it would drown out my voice. And although maybe you could still follow the sound of my voice, it would be like a constant bombardment. And so it's really hard to say, am I hearing the story, or by contrast, am I enjoying the song, or is it that, Kate's voice keeps wrecking my ability to listen to the song? One or the other can get drowned out. And I feel like that's kind of what it is. Like Cancer's own ability to hear their intuition and what they want is getting drowned out by like the loudness of an Emperor's energy. But at the end of the day, at least in this storyline, I don't feel like Cancer's in love with that Emperor. I feel like it's pretty clear cut. Cancer's in love with somebody else. I don't know. It's all up to Cancer, but that is what we've got on this one. And maybe Cancer never expected to be in a situation like that. So I'm going to leave this one here. Thank you guys, as always, for hanging out with me. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. I really appreciate you guys. All right, take care. Bye.